Hi, everyone. This is CoStar News Hotels News Editor Sean McCracken. This episode of the podcast was recorded live at the America's Lodging Investment Summit in Los Angeles. Visit us at costar.com/hotel news for the video version of this podcast, along with all of our ALIS coverage.
Hi, I'm Bryan, Wroten, senior reporter with CoStar News Hotels. I'm sitting here with my colleague, Natalie Harms, reporter. Natalie, this is your first time attending ALIS. You've been with us for a little over a year now, but this is your first time here in Los Angeles for the America's Lodging Investment Summit. So hit the ground running. What are your impressions from your first day here?
Yeah, it's my first ALIS, but I was heavily warned by you and everybody else that it was going to be an optimistic bunch. So I had that expectation going in. Maybe I had too high of an optimism expectation because I felt like everyone seemed a little bit more realistic. I know I was curious how that would affect how last year, 2025, and the kind of disappointing hotel performance metrics, would it kind of bring down that optimism? I don't know. You'll have to tell me the year-over-year comparison, but I felt like the conversations were pretty realistic. What about you?
Yeah, I'd say, one of the things that we'd like about coming to this conference is that, it's been several months since the last industry conference. Things tend to slow down at the end of the year, new year, fresh start kind of thing, and it's really a good way to kind of just gauge the mood of the industry starting things off. And last year, lots of optimism, lots of expectations for a lot of just generally a more business-friendly environment, and that optimism carried over for a few months. And then I think by Hunter and definitely by NYU, that optimism was much more muted. But, things progressed through the year, and by the end of 25, I'd say things started picking up again. And then this year, I agree 100%. People are, that favorite phrase we have is cautiously optimistic. There's a lot going into 25 that they have to look forward to. Just all of the World Cup matches that are going to be played across, the U.S., along with, America 250, with all the events and celebrations that are going on with that. So lots of things going on this year that they expect will be significant drivers of demand. But to your point, yeah, there's definitely I'm trying to think of the right word for it, but it's not overly optimistic.
Yeah, and you mentioned the World Cup. We have heard a lot about the World Cup as a demand driver for 2026. We've also heard a lot about artificial intelligence, which I feel like has firmly moved out of a breakout session topic and is a main stage topic. Kicked off conversations today on the main stage talking about AI, and I think we're only going to hear more and more about AI. I think that trend will continue, but I also think we might start to see some more conversations about, this technology implementation and actually being used in the industry on a larger and larger scale. So that was interesting to hear, and I think that's coming from hoteliers as well as online travel agencies. Both seats at the table are looking at AI more and more.
And that came up one of the panel discussions today, how travelers are turning to things like ChatGPT to help them plan out their booking, and that's going to be a major shift in how hotels figure out their distribution strategy as far as, where are they finding us, and are they able to find us?
Yeah, and the conversation for that too was they're using the tools, but they're not booking yet. So there's still that market share to grow of capturing the actual booking through AI.
Yeah. Well, I can't wait to see what we have in store for us on day 2. How about you?
Yeah, I'm excited.
Well, thanks everyone for checking us out, and stick with CoStar News Hotels for further coverage from ALIS.
Hello, I'm Luke Haynes, People Newsletter Editor, CoStar News, and the host of Top Credentials, a monthly podcast exploring the colourful careers of those working at the top of UK commercial real estate. In the episodes, we discover the valuable lessons influencing the daily decision-making of property sector leaders, and hear about the aspects of their job that make it a little easier to get out of bed each morning. We'll also ask for their views on the latest news and policies shaping our constantly evolving industry, and even get them to share a famous quote or song title they think defines their career or the profession. Listen on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
This episode of the CoStar News Hotels podcast was recorded on January 27th, 2026, and filmed by Meredith Sheridan. It was edited for audio by Sean McCracken. Visit us at costar.com/hotel news for more coverage and find all of our podcasts on Apple, Spotify, YouTube, or your platform of choice.